I have a tale for you tonight, a tale to tell, a warning, not to dabble. But this is the story of great uncle Charles Cameron and Auntie Mary, who was a scholar, a collector, and a dabbler in the occult. Now, he was obsessed with alchemy, and in particular, this man, who was Nicolas Flamel. Flamel was said to be the alchemist who made the Philosopher's Stone, and many of you will be familiar with that from Harry Potter. The Philosopher's Stone was said to grant immortality through the elixir of life, to convert base metal or copper into gold. It was also said to heal wounds in the sick. I wonder actually if I can just give that to you, someone to hold, and we'll come back to that at the end of the story. Keep tight to hold it, it's very valuable. In the October of 1977, my brother and I stayed with Uncle Charles and Auntie Mary. And we remember it well because he disappeared suddenly that week, never to be seen again. I've never told anyone what happened that night, but I know that he had somehow acquired the case of Flamel himself. And inside was the parchment and the ritual concerned with making the Philosopher's Stone. That night I watched the crack in the door of his study as outside lightning raged and the wind beat against the windows. I'd like to show you what happened. It was a ritual of earth, fire, and water. The earth he had acquired from a lost graveyard in the foothills of Transylvania. The water came from the very source of the river Ganges in India, a holy place. He lifted his wand and invoked the elementals of fire, the salamanders. As the thunder raged and the storm crashed, fire appeared. The flames flickered through the door. He took the pan, extinguished the flames, waved his hand in a magical way, and there, in the dish, was what I assumed was the Philosopher's Stone. Having created the stone, it seems sensible to test it, is it not? So the first test was to take a coin of copper, drop it twice. A very important part of the ritual. He rubbed it, he moved the stone, and the coin was gold. Encouraged by the first test, he took from his pocket his knife. Cautiously and timidly.
What age is this?
He made a small cut. Feeling braver, the knife
Dirty man.
was plunged into his finger.
This isn't a BG.
Again, he took it out,
13 of them.
wiped the stone, and miraculously, the wound was completely healed. There was only one more test to do, and that was the creation of the elixir of life itself. Again, the thunder crashed, the storm beat against the window, he waved his hands over the top, and it seemed to bubble, it seemed to fizz. It was almost like the elixir itself was alive. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't bear any more. I fled put the bedclothes over my head, and stayed there till morning, not sleeping a wink. Now I ask you, immortal life, earth from Transylvania, powers beyond any kind of human science, what was he doing? What did he become? This was no philosopher's stone. This was a darker and deeper legend, the bloodstone, the seed that creates the vampire. Now, Uncle Charles was a vain man, perhaps even greedy, but he was a moral man. And I suspect, but I'm not sure, after conducting his ritual and noticing that the candles flickering cast no shadow, he realised what he'd become and what price immortality was. And I imagine him taking his favourite spot in the garden. For the very next day when I went there was a pile of ash. This ash in the corner. I imagine him watching the sun rise over the trees. And as the sun rose, I imagine the pain at first, as his flesh began to slightly burn, and then moving into oblivion, him saving his soul. But what of Flamel? People say you can still meet Flamel. He's still alive. But you only meet him at night, and you never turn your back on him. Would you just like to take the picture and show everyone one more time Flamel, so you may fix him in your mind and watch out for this man? Just tip it out in your hand, yeah? Ah,
There you go.
it seems even the true spirit of Flamel has been realised tonight.
Drop down now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's okay.
thank you, and heed my warning.